The other day, my son said to me, "Hey Mum, can we have dinner outside around the campfire?" Now you might be wondering how having dinner around the campfire ties in with burnout recovery. In case we haven't met before, my name's Dr. Jo Braid. I am the burnout recovery doctor, and I love sharing lots of tips, tricks and tools to stay out of burnout or recover from burnout, particularly if you're a healthcare provider. So we had a staycation this Easter. My husband was on call and we were all at home, and we got the campfire out, and it's just such a nice space sitting around outside in the warm evenings. If I hadn't listened to my son on that request of, hey, can we sit around the campfire, we would have, just done the usual and sat around the dining table indoors and all of that. We sat outside. He'd actually made spag bowl, and we sat with our little bowls of dinner around the fire. And the thing that relates to burnout recovery here is listening. And I found with myself and with so many other clients that I've worked with that when we don't listen to ourselves, when we don't notice those little whispers around, I'm getting irritated, my sleep's not as good, I'm feeling more tired than usual, that things can get to a much bigger picture. And so I really want to encourage you to check in with yourself and listen to how the whispers might be in your body. Because from the little whispers, they can turn into louder talking and then, in a way, shouting that you really have to take a break and things have got to be completely different. And I put to you that it doesn't have to be that way in terms of burnout recovery. If we can catch the shift and the change early enough and start to make some tweaks, then it doesn't have to turn into such a spiral, such a roller coaster, such a rock bottom situation that you might be getting into. And if you want to listen to this week's podcast episode, it is all about making a 1% difference. So just a little small change. And that might be making sure you hydrate in your breaks really well. It might be listening to that family member and having some real shift in your usual routine and just sitting outside together to have dinner. It was such a lovely moment for us. So whatever your scenario is, tie in this week's podcast episode with that listening factor, listening to you, because your body will give you the signals when it is uncontrollable stress and the way that it's responding to that. This is Jo Braid, the Burnout Recovery Doctor, delivering practical tips to you on a regular basis through my podcast and my socials. Take care.